What I learned from waking up at 4 a.m. for 6 months straight. I know it sounds crazy. I fell for all the self-help. I started waking up at 4 in the morning. Did it for 6 months. This was about a year ago at a time where I felt like I really needed a lot of discipline. And I thought that part of the way to do that was to dial in, set my alarm for 4 in the morning. What am I showing? 4 in the morning. I don't know if you can see that. The alarm's long gone now, I don't do it anymore. But what did I learn? What were the pros, what were the cons? Should you wake up at 4 a.m.? I'm gonna cover all that today because there's a big scene of it, right? Waking up early. A lot of self-help gurus, coaches, they preach it. They say your day starts early and starting early is gonna help you win the day. I'm here to talk about that a little bit. I've got a few points to make. Give me 3 or 4 minutes and I'll tell you if you should wake up at 4 a.m. First, I'm gonna talk about the positives. Number one, and this is a big one, it creates iron discipline in your mind. You feel very mentally strong. When you wake up and you're very tired, it's dark, it's silent at 4 a.m. No one's awake. Even the birds are asleep. I used to celebrate the time when it would go 5:30. You'd start hearing birds tweeting and flying around because literally nothing is awake at 4 a.m. If you want to go and training at the gym is very nice at 4 a.m. It's usually very, very quiet. You'll see a few other hard outs training at 4:30. Give them a silent little nod to show you appreciate their discipline. And then you go about your day. Productivity does seem pretty damn high. When you wake up so early, by the time everyone else is awake, let's say you start work at 9. You've had 5 hours to get shit done before anyone else is going to bother you. Even if you get those slightly annoying people who message you at 7:38, you've been up for like 4 hours. It doesn't throw you off your game as much as it would if you wake up, check your phone, it's filled with text. You feel like you've got to jump on the day. That is true. My overall feeling towards the day was improved. I felt more proud of myself from the get-go because by definition, doesn't really matter what time you go to sleep. You're not gonna wanna wake up at 4 a.m. It's cold, it's dark, you're tired. When you ignore all those things and get out of bed and actually go and embrace the day, you start the day on a positive note, you feel quite proud of yourself. So that's a huge benefit. What else? Get a lot done. So it builds a sense of discipline. You can work out nice and early without being bothered. It's nice and quiet at the gym. You feel proud of yourself. You start the day on a really positive note. You get a whole lot of shit done before the world starts to bother you. And you also feel a whole lot better than everybody else because you got up at 4 a.m. So about 5 key benefits there. In terms of the cons, and there are some, I want to talk about those. Number one, you will feel tired for pretty much the entire day. Yes, you'll be awake after about 6 or 7 a.m. Like you wake up at 4 a.m., you slowly get into it. I used to have cold showers in the morning. I still do, but my cold showers were very cold at 4 a.m. You'd only sort of start to really wake up at around 6 or 7. So yes, you're up earlier, but your brain is pretty damn tired. And throughout the day, you're gonna need a lot of coffee, a lot of stimulants to keep you awake. That leads on to point number 2. You're gonna be tired super early. So you're gonna be tired super early. I used to start yawning and wanting to get ready for bed at like 6 p.m., which is now pretty much, and it's still light outside. Waking up at 4 a.m. is fine. You've just basically shifted your day forwards. The thing with waking up at 4 a.m., right, is that you get tired so much earlier. You've just taken your day, let's say you're awake for 16 hours, and shifted it forwards. So say you used to wake up at 7, you probably go to sleep about 10. Now you wake up at 4, you're going to sleep at 7, right? So you take the hours from the end of the day and bring them to the front of the day. And that can work if you're someone who doesn't really do much after hours, you tend to have dinner quite early, that can work. The reason why it didn't work for me, and this may apply to some of you, is I do quite a lot of things in the evening. If I go out for dinner, or if I have some sort of late night business meeting, these are things that happen after 6 or 7 p.m. At the time, I was also 24, so I wanted to go out, meet girls, socialize. Everything social happens after work for most people. Most people work 9 to 5. They'll get home, get ready, blah, blah, blah. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is kind of the earliest you'll meet people. If you've been up since 4, you are way too fucking tired to start socializing at 7. So you give up not only those hours at nighttime, but the activities that come along with those hours at nighttime. That's the part no one ever tells you about. Yes, it feels great to wake up at 4 a.m. You feel really motivated, you're proud of your discipline. But in terms of having a social life outside of work and actually doing things and having time for yourself, you do sort of lose that a little bit because at 7 o'clock you're tired, you're yawning, or you have a coffee and try and stay awake. But then if you stay awake till midnight, let's say, you have a night on the town, you stay awake till midnight, which realistically is quite early for a night on the town, but you stay awake till midnight. If you then wake up at 4 a.m. the next day, your day is fucked. I was trying to think of a more articulate way to say that, but that captures my essence. Your day's ruined. You can't exist on 4 hours sleep. So then you have one of two options. Wake yourself up with a coffee and suffer through the day, and you will suffer. 4 hours sleep is not sufficient. Or have a sleep in and feel all guilty and horrible because you didn't stick to your 4 a.m. wake up. This brings me to my conclusion for the video. I wouldn't recommend waking up at 4 a.m. to many people. If you are someone who is quite self-motivated, likes to be relatively isolated, doesn't really have much going on socially, and doesn't really care about fitting in with other people people's schedules. You don't have to meet anyone, that kind of stuff. You'll get a lot done waking up at 4 a.m. because you can wake up at 4, go to sleep at 7, you're happy, you're rolling through it, you're really productive. If you're someone to whom relationships are important and you want to keep contact with your friends, you want to do fun things after hours, waking up at 4 a.m. is probably going to be quite impractical. It's going to lead to a lot of very sleepy mornings and a lot of very miserable days. So what's the practical takeaway? What did I take away from this? Waking up early is great, right? You can feel disciplined, you feel motivated, you're happy you woke up early. What I do now is I still wake up early, but now I wake up about 6 or 6:30. Still pretty early, still gives me a jump on the day. I still have a few hours before anyone tries to reach me, but I'm not devastatingly tired. And I can stay up and out until 10 or 11 and still get my 8 hours sleep. So in my eyes, it's sort of the best of both worlds. You know, you're up early, you're still up before the sun, you can get a lot done in the mornings, but you're not super tired, and you are still a functioning member of society. So what do you think? Waking up at 4 a.m., is it for you? Have you tried it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want more videos like this, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.